The Origins of Uber by Danny Perry. Once upon a time, there were two boys who rode their bikes together every day during the hot summer days. Their names were Garrett, on the right, and Travis, on the left. However, on each of their daily rides, they'd encounter none other than the infamous lemonade brats, who would belittle the boys for outright existing. While you're out there riding your silly bikes, we're taking advantage of people's thirst in the humid weather.
When we're done here, we'll own the whole neighborhood.
Have fun being dirt poor, boys. Garrett and Travis would hear the same snide remarks day in and day out. They decided one day that they would show those rude girls up, but it would be at their own original venture. This brought an idea into both the young boys' minds. What could we do that would fulfill people's wants and needs? In deep thought, they both stared off into space. They had heard about a thing called capitalism from their parents, whatever that was. However, the young entrepreneurs knew more than they thought about how to rival their enemies. "That's it," shouted Garrett in delight. "We can start a firm of bike taxis, and we'll be the leaders." "But Garrett," said Travis quizzically, "if we don't have any money, how are we going to pay for the labor and all of this human capital?" Garrett's grin gleamed in the sun. "That's the point. We won't have to pay them. We'll give them the economic freedom to work for us as an independent contractor, so it won't technically be employing them." "All right, Mr. Smart Guy," retorted Travis. "How will we receive any revenue from this and profit like the lemonade brats?" "Well," Garrett said with a smirk, "as independent contractors, they'll have to follow our rules and give us 20% of the fare. The rest they can make it back with tips." "And how will we efficiently organize and fulfill all of the ride requests?" "Simple, Travis. With technology. I've already coincidentally created an all-purpose app for such an occasion." Travis pondered this for a moment, begrudgingly. "I hate to admit it, but you might actually be onto something here." "Well, what are we waiting for?" "Let's do this!" the two exclaimed with confidence. And so, the boys quickly established their business around the neighborhood, helping a neighbor get from point A to point B in the quickest and most efficient manner possible. It was called Uber, a short and sweet kind of name. Their labor force of friends was massive, and so were their profits. In fact, their business became so exorbitantly large, it contributed a substantial amount to the U.S. gross domestic product, about $17 billion. Embarrassed the boys' success had far surpassed their own, the lemonade brats decided to pack up their stand and skip town. But most importantly, the girls never bothered to brag on Garrett or Travis ever again. The end.